one way or another. The name is Law Nation. Let's continue to grind and shine. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's get it. Shout out to all of the HBOs and the SGs that's in the house. That stands for the Share Gang. Yeah. Salute one time for the notification squad. Continue to squad up. Shout out to the Facebook group. We grooving. Let's go. Yeah. Shaniqua, Pookie, and Ray Ray, salute to them as well. It's a game we playing, right? It's a game. We'll be at the Star tomorrow. So shout out to all of the people that's in Frisco. Yeah. Be sure to be at practice. We're talking about practice, huh? That's tomorrow. Friday. Yeah. Come on. When you jump in, just get that like button. Just hit it. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Cold milk, I see you 72. What's new? Come on. Shout out to you, Jay, Marty, everybody. Yeah. Come on, Jerry. What you say?
I want Nation for help.
Are you entertained? Are you not entertained?
This is Sparta!
Come on. Shout out to you, Sadiqa. Let's go. Let's grind and shine for your mind. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for that doubting too, right? Come on. Yeah. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. The name is Law Nation. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all. Let's continue to grind and shine. We got nice, fairly good, decent content out here for you guys today for this top of the hour at 4 o'clock. And then we'll see what all we can squeeze out from here. Really appreciate you guys for tuning in and being part of the morning show earlier when we do the pre-recorded stuff, you know. And I really appreciate everybody for feeding me the intel on what happened to Hunter Nice Wonder. It was some undisclosed injury that happened or occurred or what have you. And the Cowboys said, hey, it's time for you to go. Keep in mind, that's my dog right there. Nice Wonder. You know, Hunter, the punter. Because he was flipping the field. He was doing a better job than Christopher Jones, right? The puntisher. And that was the situation there. But casualties in war, right? There's always casualties. Now, I normally don't entertain the quarterback conversation. Nevertheless, when the DallasCowboys.com have Josh Rosen face all over their website, then I have to go into details, right? So they got him on the website, so that means that somebody is scratching for some information on him. Somebody want to know whether or not will he be a good fit for the Cowboys. And normally when you are a $1 billion organization, you throw little feeders out there. You ask questions to see where the temperature will be at. Now I'm seeing a lot of people are putting out there saying that, hey, give me Garrett Gilbert, Danucci, he's better than Josh Rosen. He was a first-round draft pick, right? Now, keep in mind, just because you drafted in the first round doesn't mean that you're going to the Hall of Fame or you're going to win the Super Bowl or you have a better chance than anybody else. You got to go get it out of the mud just like everybody else, right? You got to get it out of the mud. You got to earn your grain of salt. You got to focus. You got to make sure that you're doing the right things to keep afloat. Just because you made it to the NFL doesn't mean that you're going to be a rock star, right? What round was Mark Sanchez drafted? Y'all let me know, too. I forgot. Yeah. So we got to look into all of those things, right? So we look at how a player is determined. Will they be hungry enough to stay afloat? Can they have the discipline aspect of it? So my thing is, I'm with the belief of Nick Gonzalez says leave Rosen alone, drop Danucci in, search harder after the final cuts. There's a quarterback out there. There's a quarterback out there, and I'm with the belief, you know me, I'm Team Prescott all the way. I just think that Dak Prescott is that guy that can elevate us. But I always tell people this, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Right? Yep. So always make sure you leave no stone unturned, and then check it out. Right? That's what we got to look at it. And, yeah, Eastside Harold says Dak Prescott is a fourth-round joke. Why would you hate on that man? Well, I can understand, like, real talk, let's be real. Let's keep it 100. And shout out to Eastside, man. I feel you, though, fam, because your first-round draft pick is doing wonders over there in Texan land. Yeah. My thing is, I understand that somebody may have a certain way or a feeling or a vibe about the Dallas Cowboys, but the players individually, you shouldn't look at them. It's not his fault. Not like he said, hey, Cowboys, come get me, draft me in the fourth. That wasn't Dak Prescott's plan. I can guarantee you that. And also, I can guarantee you the Eagles would love to have Dak Prescott. The Washington team would love to have Dak Prescott. The Giants would love to have Dak Prescott. Low key, the Texans would love to have Dak Prescott, your own team. They would love to have him, opposed to what all of that mess that they trying to clean up over there. My daughter be singing the song, clean up, everybody, everywhere. Clean up, everybody, do your share. That's what they trying to do in Texans over there. They try to clean up what they mess up. Hey, just like that dude, he making millions of dollars, and all he doing is doing this. On TikTok. I forgot his name. African guy, he just go. The dude is. I guarantee you, if you have Watson on one end, let the AI speak.
We know Eastside, the biggest Dallas number 4 fan, the best number 4 in Texas. Eyes.
I'm gonna have to get a gift, and y'all know what I'm talking about. That dude. Let me move. You see, yeah. But I feel Eastside. Misery love company, and he's just trying to figure out a way. But neither here nor there. Josh Rosen. If you guys believe that Josh Rosen should at least get a chance for a cup of coffee, let me know. Should they bring him in just for a good old cup of coffee? Make sure that maybe it could be the environment, the change of scenery, a new location. You know, what is it? What it is? Nothing to lose but everything to gain, right? You got nothing to lose but everything to gain. We brought Cooper Rush back. And if you guys got a chance to see who was the quarterbacks over there in Giants land? So you mean to tell me that Cooper Rush, and I'm not trying to throw any salt or shade, especially Jerry Wayne salt on the McGriddle at Cooper Rush, but you mean to tell me he couldn't beat out those guys? He couldn't have beat out those guys over there in Giants. Did y'all see the Giants quarterbacks over there? Oh, my goodness. But it is what it is. I just believe quietly the 49ers, they brewing up something strong over there. Yeah, they brewing up. My brother is a diehard 49ers fan, just like I am a Cowboy fan. He just enthusiasm, all of it over there with the 49ers, just like I got it over here with the Cowboys. He keeps sending me clips. Trey Lance, this is what he did in practice today. Such and such, this is what he did in practice. They got some weapons on the outside. They got a running back crew. And they got quarterback competition, which is healthy, in my opinion. And I think that trade day will come, and old boy just holding down the fort as long as he can. Or should we just wait until they cut Jimmy Garoppolo, for crying out loud, and we just pick him up as the backup quarterback? It seems like that's what they're going to do. Yeah. They have Lance and Jimmy G, yeah. And both of those boys look solid as far as the backup quarterback situation. But that Sermon kid, whoever his name is from Ohio State, quietly, a team that can play good defense and run the rock, yeah, it's going to be trouble. But I think that our Cowboy team is just in the same wheelhouse. We're going to be able to have a solid defense, and we should be able to run the rock. Mark Anthony says the 49ers have, yeah. And Todd Cook, shout out to you. Cooper Rush just doesn't have an arm. I agree. Cooper Rush, here's the situation with Cooper. Anything that's thrown for like 15 yards, he's there. 16 yards, 17, 18, But anything for 15 yards and a little bit lower, he's there. He got good cerebral approach to the game. He knows what need to be done, but sometimes he hold on because he don't trust himself, and he's afraid to let it loose or let it go. You know, you need to watch Frozen. You know, let it go. You know, if everybody got the lyrics, put it in the comment box. You know, that's what Elsa and Anna was singing. Let it go. Just let it go. But Cooper Rush, he afraid to let it go. He holds on to the ball. He knows the process. He know where this guy's gonna be at, but he don't throw with that anticipation. That was his flaws with the first time when we had Rico running down the field. Yeah, Dragon says, yeah, I could throw 15 yards. And shout out to Cooper Rush. He could throw for 15, 20 yards. Maybe 2 or 3 times, but then on that fourth time, it gets stale. It gets low. It just faints. Wait till the Steelers cut Haskins. Yeah, this is from Bo Diggity 76. Yeah, Haskins was a good one. I wanted the Cowboys to go out there and get the crab leg guy if he was free. Jameson. I wanted them to go grab him for a backup situation. I do like Dwayne as a backup situation. I did like the ideal of Tyrod. Is it Tyrod Taylor? I wanted us to bring in somebody like that, somebody that's similar in the sense, not saying that Tyrod Taylor is like a Dak Prescott, but somebody that can at least hold it down for a couple of days, right? And that's what I thought the Cowboys would at least attempt to do. Not bring back some Cooper Rush, right? But this Josh Rosen guy, what is his warts, right? What do you guys feel that's the issue with him? BD Gray says Teddy Bridgewater. I mean, those are solid backup quarterbacks, man, that you could at least entertain. But, Teddy, he ain't going nowhere. Who's with the Sam Donaldson, when he was free? Who was with that sweepstake? Who was with that, who wanted us to go grab him when he was available? No, Kelly. No. Not Tim Tebow. No. Not him. No. Get Breeze. That would be a solid, But then, it'd be a hard situation because you will have to, with Breeze, I mean, let's be real, but let's keep it 100. What number will he wear, It's one thing to allow, Jalen to wear number 9, but on the offensive side of the coin again, would you let Drew Brees get that number 9 about you? Would you let him get that number 9 about you, Yeah. So my thing is, Josh Rosen, he's 6'4", 230 pounds, give or take. He got good quarterback height. He sees ghosts. Yes, Rosen do see ghosts, and also Sam, he saw ghosts. He is a probably, like, if you look at his skill set, he's more of a pocket type of guy. Not gonna run around and get outside of the pocket. Holds on to the ball too long. Don't trust his reads. But he used to have good confidence in his approach. What made Josh Rosen so important coming out of the draft was his mechanics. They were on point. He had great feet, great posture. Mechanics were great. But not all the times when you look at the car with the shiny paint job with the nice rims and these sorts of things and the tinted windows, low mileage, and you say, man, that car is pretty good. But when you're from the South, like I am, there was this thing called Hurricane Katrina. And there was a lot of people in the South that was selling those cars that was underwater. But if you look at them and glance at them, you're like, man, that's a beautiful car. I want that one. Shoot. They selling that mug for how much? But they didn't know that Porsche spent like 3 months under the water. You got to check and see what's under what's under that engine, man. I mean, let's pop the trunk. Let's see what's all in there, So that's what happened with Josh Rosen. So I don't know whether or not he can be fixed. Sometimes it could be a situation in a scenario that you can fix it and swap out this and swap out that and see whether or not it's usable, serviceable enough. But what is this, like his third team now? He had broken confidence in Michael. Yeah, Josh Rosen had broken confidence. I believe if he went straight to the Patriots or what have you, drafted by the Patriots, went straight there, we wouldn't be talking or having this conversation. Or if he went into a different type of system coming out of college. But his confidence was shattered because 1 year he was drafted, then the next year, no love affair with the new coaching staff. And they said, you know what? We finna draft this guy. Now, sometimes that ignites something in you for you to go crazy for the rest of your career? A la Drew Brees. He's sitting back in the cut. He's chilling. I mean, they just took their team to go far, winning games left and right. Then all of a sudden the next year, they draft Phillip Rivers. Drew Brees looking at the situation saying, oh, so that's why he was pressing. Even in the fourth quarter, I believe that's when he tore his shoulder up. Drew Brees, we're going all the way back. All the way back. But that turned something on inside of him to say, man, I would never be in this situation or predicament again. No. Y'all going to go draft Phillip Rivers? I'll help the kid out. You know that fake politician smile? You know? But it's one of those things that the Cowboys have to leave no stone unturned. How about Nick Foles? This is from Dwayne. He was like 9 for 18 in his last game. I don't know. But he probably he's a doggone good option or a better option than a Cooper Rush, in my opinion. And then I'm not going to say he's a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, but he did win a Super Bowl, you know. And he's familiar with the NFC East. But I don't think that they will allow him to test the waters again. Nick Foles. I think Nick Foles did play a preseason game last time I saw him. I could be off. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Cowboy Nation forever. Shout out to you. Dwayne, appreciate you. How about Colin Kaepernick? This is from Lacey. When the last time he threw the rock, you know? Objectively speaking, I just don't think that the Dallas Cowboys can handle all of the press that they will get out of this, and especially the words that Jerry said in the past. Yeah, it'll just be too much. Just like when Cam Newton was available. Cam. I said Texas is different. The day he come out there with that Medea outfit on at the presser, man, they'll have a field day on Cam Newton. The day he wear one of those big old hats and suspenders and a pink halter talk, man, shoot. They'll have a field day. They'll have a field day with Cam Newton. That's what all they'll be talking about. It's different out here in Dallas. It's just different. But shout out to Cam over there in the Patriots land. He can wear those Medea outfits out there and you know, stockings or whatever he be doing over there. I will bring in, this is from Michael Hilton, I will bring in RG3 and Rosen in for a cup of coffee. I think RG3 is looking at it like, man, I just got this gig, this TV gig, and I'm just going to chill. Ride off onto the sunset with that. Yeah. And he just got in trouble a couple of days ago from some tweets. And he don't even play for the Cowboys. So I'm looking at everything magnifies when you play for the Cowboys. Not saying you got to be on the up and narrow, but you got to be on the up and narrow. Straight. You got to be straight. You got to be, can't be too edgy. You know, the stuff that Cole Beasley was talking about, whether he was right or wrong earlier this offseason. Boy, I bet you everybody like, whew. I'm glad he don't play for the boys, man. Even the stuff that Dez Bryant tweet out. I mean, Dez Bryant tweeted out a couple of days ago, Calvin Johnson receiving his Pro Football Hall of Fame stuff, doing his speech. Dez Bryant tweeted out, Calvin Johnson's high as a kite. You know, I'm doing the PG-13 version. Boom, blew up. Can you imagine? Rich Dalrymple trying to fix that. Oh, my goodness. Sam Bradford, is he still a player? Sam Bradford done, fam. Shout out to you, JD. Yeah, that's just how it goes. So I just believe that if the Cowboys do that, they are trying to test the waters right now. It's on their website, by the way, whether it's a mailbag conversation or what. But let me see if give me 1 second. Let me see if I can share this content for you all right quick. Bam, here we go. And it was a mailbag conversation. Yeah. So shout out to you, Russell. Thank you so much for your donation there. Rosen is better than Rush and the pizza shop. You call it the Nucci, the pizza shop. But that link is to the conversation there. Hold on right quick, Cowboy. Hold on right quick. Bam, 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 bam. Now I got it set up. All right, so that's segue time. So we got enough of that Rosen conversation now, right? Do we want to talk about any more backup quarterbacks that's not going to come over here to Dallas? I said that this is what they're going to do. They're going to roll with 3 quarterbacks. It's going to be Dak Prescott, QB1. QB2 will be Garrett Gilbert. QB3 will be DiNucci. They're going to roll with those 3. For one, I think that Garrett Gilbert earned somebody's attention as far as a sponsorship in the building. I don't know who it is so far. And I think that DiNucci and Mike McCarthy are joined at the hip at this point. Friend of the family, stuff like that. That goes a long way, not a short way. So let's not get that twisted. If Marcus Mariota is available, yeah, I'll bring Marcus Mariota in for a cup of coffee. Is Marcus Mariota available? Y'all let me know. Eli Manning. Yo, I see you. Go get Dalton. No, Dalton got his own set of problems. He got his own set of problems over there. But, neither here nor there. Let's talk about Blake Bortles, man. Give Garrett Gilbert an extra look before I give Blake Bortles any more situations or time. Mariota's with the Vegas, okay. Yeah, Vegas. All right, so 105, they had a great conversational piece with one of the DBs. And it was a great one. It was pretty good, great insight. Shout out to all of the boys over there. And let's play a little excerpt of it, and we'll go back and forth from here. But I believe that this kid, Trevon Diggs, going into his second year, just spectacular. Spectacular out there in camp. Although CeeDee Lamb been burning him here and there, but that's what CeeDee supposed to do. Luckily, Amari Cooper wasn't out there for majority of the offseason because we would have seen Amari Cooper utilize him against that. But the good thing about this, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, is going to be hard for any number one DB to say, okay, let me take out Coop. Oh, no. Let me follow and trail CeeDee. Because just when you do that, Michael Gallup be like, hey, I'm here. What's up? And then just when you figure that out, they're now moving Michael Gallup from the outside into the inside slot and moving CeeDee Lamb on the outside, which is so crazy because here's why it's so crazy, Cowboy Nation. You literally got a small portions of tape. This is a perfect storm. Small portion of tape on Michael Gallup out of the slot. Let that sink in. And then you literally don't have a lot of tape on CeeDee Lamb on the outside. that's trouble for a defensive back, because I want to know your releases. I want to know your tendencies. I want to know when you plant that foot, are you going to kick it to the out or the end, or what you'd like to do in a situation if I'm playing 5 yards or 10 yards, or if I'm close up on you playing press.
A couple of weeks ago when we were out in training camp, we got the opportunity to talk to Amari Cooper. And one of the things that he told us was he makes his own like internal mental list of people that he kind of wants to embarrass when he gets out there on the field. Do you have your own list of wide receivers that you're like, I would love to shut that person down and embarrass them today?
I feel like that about everybody, whoever lined up in front of me.
And as far as other cornerbacks that you want to see Amari embarrassed, do you have a list of those too?
Yeah, I hope, since he's on my team, I hope he embarrasses everybody.
I was noticing that while we were out there at practice, you and Al Harris were on the sideline. This was during special team stuff. Y'all were, throwing back and forth, and he was trying to skip balls off the ground, all sorts of stuff just to kind of get your – I don't know if it's working on your hands. Are you planning to have multiple or 7 or 8 interceptions this year?
I'm trying to get as many as I can. So I try to, before practice, get as many catches as I can, right before practice, before we go out there and start practicing and stuff. So you throw the ball around a little bit, play catch a little bit, just to, get my hands ready.
Speaking of embarrassing the competition, Giants co-owner John Mara, he's on the competition committee, and he says they're going after taunting because nobody wants to see players out there taunting one another. I think some fans like the taunting, though, Trevon.
Now, before they go into the details of taunting, he said he wanted to embarrass all, not some, but all of the wide receivers on the opposite side of him. That is cool to me. I love that mentality. I love that mindset that Trevon Diggs is putting out there. And shout out to Amari Cooper for having the similar mindset as well of having an independent list of guys who he would like to carve up and cut up like a Ginzu blade. And I think Xavier Howard was one of those guys, right? And this is like chess, not checkers. So I believe that Cooper is one of those guys that would look into the situation and say, yeah, I'm going to carve you up. And, of course, we was talking about putting Michael Gallup inside the slot with two-way goals. But, of course, in this particular offense, Cooper been inside the slot, too, with those two-way goals. And somebody that got crazy nuances as it relates to route running like a Cooper, you want him to keep the DBs guessing, not being able to say, okay, on this island, this is all you get. So I like that. So even if you have two verts on the outside and they just send 9 routes on the outside with Gallup and Lamb, that's cool with me too. Because the way that Lamb go get that ball, he go get it. And we're going to talk about that a little later too. But to the guy that's talking about taunting, the Giants, quote-unquote, owner, whoever his positioning is, as it relates to the player committee, his Giants team do all of the taunting. You guys remember Willow Hernandez, all in the face of our guys, pointing, moving stuff out the way, hitting us way out of bounds. We looking back, where the flag, and then our guys retaliate, then we get the flag.
Where do you come out on that? Do you feel like the taunting is an issue in the NFL?
No, I don't. I feel like it's a part of football. We are grown out here, and if somebody's taunting you, you shouldn't be getting your feelings. You shouldn't be out here. But it's a competitive sport, and it should be a place that we express ourselves. So, as far as taunting, I don't think, that should be, a flag or anything like that. I feel like it's a part of football. You're just expressing how you feel at the moment.
Do you ever see a taunt from an opponent that you're like, oh, man, that was a good one? Like, you might be mad that it happened, but you're like, that was a good one.
Nah, I feel like it's all, it's all, I wouldn't say disrespectful, but it's all just, part of the taunting. That's just what they want to do at the time. And you can take it how you want. You could take it as, negative, throw you off your game, or you could take it as, motivation and make you want to play better.
What are the Yeah, so if a guy threw me off, Dallas fan, 1997, his name is Willow Hernandez, right? It's not Aaron, right? Aaron was the guy that got arrested and doing all type of nefarious things and ended up killing himself, or the Illuminati got him, or whatever that happened to him. But what's his name for corrections? Wasn't Will Hernandez the offensive lineman for the Giants that was all in the face of our guys, taunting and doing all type of stuff, late hits and stuff like that. Y'all help me out because there's a lot of names that goes over my head. I remember people's last name, but the first name I kind of get thrown off. But is it Will Hernandez, right? I did say Will Hernandez. It's Will, right, Michael B? Yeah. I like Trevon Diggs' response to taunting. I do like his response to taunting. It's like the younger group get it, right? As long as you talking, jarring off, dancing, that's the flavor. Now, if you throw hands, you with a closed fist, then you can get them up out of there. But I want football to be football. They already took away so much from us as it relates to you can't hit the quarterback, you can't stare at the quarterback too long, basically. And they throw those flags. Let you talk to the quarterback at least. Say, I'm going to bust you in your nose and hit you in the belly. Talk some trash to him. Yeah. I mean, whoever this Giants guy, for even presenting the fact that taunting, we need to have an emphasis on taunting. I mean, come on, man. I need to just tell him, well, won't you taunt this? Lean forward a little bit. Yeah, stay still right there. Taunt those right there. That's why I want to tell the owner of whoever the guy that want to be all My Little Pony soft, He need to chill and get back in there and just focus on football, right?
Rules between teammates when it comes to taunting. When you and CD are practicing, are you just kind of taunting because you're also teammates, or do you go all the way with your meanness?
It depends. It's hard to say that it's taunting. I wouldn't even call it taunting. I just feel like that's being competitive. Like, that's just the competitive nature. Like, I expect someone who just caught a ball on me to, feel good about it and, want to celebrate a little bit. Same vice versa. I feel like it's just all competing. It's a part of the game.
As we're talking about celebrating, we need your help with this. This is something we've worked on the show. Can you promise to never be the defensive back who somebody has a terrible throw and you run up and say no catch, like you directly impacted?
Giants only need to focus on Daniel Jones' waste basket.
Right. The AI said waste basket. Hey, and the Giants fans have the nerve to say Danny Dimes. Like, come on, man, where are the dimes? Danny Pennies, you know what I'm saying? Or a penny with a hole in it, they say it's worthless. But you're right. And I'm going to do like the dude that does on TikTok. You're right. Come on now. Come on with it. Let's go.
Negative thing, because that's something we need to get out of this game.
I can give you that one.
Okay, good. I was hoping we could all agree, because I'm like, you didn't do any, not you specifically, but you're like, you didn't do anything on that play.
I can give you that one.
Can you power rank the hands in the secondary? Who has the best hands all the way down to the worst?
I got the best hands. Mm-hmm. And everybody else got good hands too. I don't think nobody has bad hands. Everybody got some hands. We can catch the ball now.
That wasn't really the question now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Because everybody used to say Byron, but now he's not here.
Trevon, where are you better in your game from when you left off in Week 17 last year?
Things are starting to slow down for me. Starting to recognize things faster, so I can play faster. And just knowing my technique and my responsibility and what I had to do, just playing a lot faster.
Yeah, that's something else I noticed too. Like there was a special team series going on, and you were calling out what all the other guys were supposed to be doing. As a matter of fact, I think you were like, "Hey, you weren't supposed to be doing this. You were supposed to be doing that." And Curse was like, "Well," and then you had a discussion with him. Mm-hmm. How much more do you know about what everybody else's responsibilities are than you did day one when you got here last year?
A lot. Last year I was more so focused on, my responsibility and what I had to do. But now that I know my responsibilities, I can play fast. I know what I can do. I can learn the person next to me position to help me out. So, just knowing everything and all the pieces on the field, it'll help you out tremendously.
Hey, that's good stuff, Cowboy Nation. That's good stuff, regardless of how you try to slice it. That's good stuff. Yeah, that's really good stuff because of the simple strength that when you look at everything, knowing that the growth from here to there and understanding, okay, now I got safety over the top help, I could be a little bit more aggressive because I know his assignment. Yeah.
Giants need to focus on that cute Kate Mara getting a gig. They are family after all.
Dallas fan. Cute Kate Marr getting the gig. Who is Kate Marr? Give me 1 second. I don't know who Kate Marr. Copy. And we'll go here. And we'll go Kate Marr. Wikipedia. Let's see. Appreciate you for the donation. Rooney Marr. She related to the Rooneys. Because I know her middle name should be Rooney. That's a hyphen. She's 38, February 27th. Oh, she related to the Mars family? Oh, man, she got mafia ties. When you see that stuff, we see that face like that pop up, but they get mafia. Kate Marr. Okay, all right. You said cute. Yeah. That's a cute picture. All right. So, yeah. Danny Dimes. Danny Cent. Yeah. Let's see what they say from here.
How much do you listen to the outside world or hear the outside world when they talk about expectations for the defense? Because for a lot of people, they're not super high. Is that a motivating factor for you, or do you care at all?
I can honestly don't care about what outside factors say. But, I'm just focused on, what my team, what the defense has, what we're doing today, and what we executing today, and it's all going to fall in place. Nobody knows. Like, they don't know. We don't know. So what is there, to talk about as far as the expectation? Like, they don't know what we do in practice and stuff like that. But I don't listen to outside noise or pay attention to it. Like, it's something that my coach told me in college, like, outside noise is like rat poison. Like, you listen to it, you get affected about it. You listen to it, you hear people pat you on the back, and that's not good for you because then you're going to think so highly of yourself. And then you can hear negative noise, too. All of it is just irrelevant. It don't have nothing to do with what I have to do or my job or what the defense job is for that day. So, I try not to listen to it.
Hey, Montana 808, you might not like this one, but I got to say, roll tide. that man, he got the right frame of mind. Trevon Diggs got the right frame of mind. Listen to the outside noise is nothing more than rat poison. Whether it's good or bad, no. You got to stay focused. And coach telling him and putting that into his mental mindset, that goes a long way and not a short way. And the craziest thing of it all is that little roll tide, is now going to be permeated and echoed throughout the locker room of the Dallas Cowboys on the defensive side of the coin. Coaches continue to coach because they built it and they installed that onto the youth. And they take what they learn from coach and then they put it into others. That's crazy. So some of that roll tide. Shout out to D.O. Ohio State too, though. But y'all know, yeah. But y'all know it's all J State over here. It's all Jackson State over here. But, I got to give a shout out to brother for sprinkling some of those blessings all over here. Let's go.
Now, Trevon, this is going to be a weird question because when we watch the ones come off the field and the twos go on the field at practice, that's you on your way off and that's Nashon Wright on his way in. Nashon is like 7'8". Is there such a thing as too tall for a corner?
Nah, I think that's perfect. It's hard to throw over him.
Yeah, true.
It's really hard to throw him, hard to get them fades and things like that. He's tall. I tell him, I say, "You sure you wasn't supposed to play basketball?"
I mean, I guess it's worked out pretty well for him so far, so that's good.
Hey, man, what's the relationship like with Dan Quinn? I know that that's a real fast turnaround for him to try and get a group of guys to become to fight for him like that quickly. But what's it been like, Justin, to what his coaching style is like?
It's real good. He's a player's coach. You could talk to him. He's straightforward. So he brings the team together, brings the defense together, and play as one.
Has Micah Parsons tried to headbutt you at all?
No. Okay. His head, I don't want no headbutts. Remember, his head is huge.
That's what I want to do now. I just want to have weird competitions. Who's got the biggest head on the team? We already asked about the hands on the team. I like that.
Already. Hey, that was a good interview with those guys, man. Shout out to Trevon Diggs, man. Wonderful time with those boys. If you look into the chat box there should be a link so that you guys can listen to that interview all the way through and through without me stopping. Shout out to Diggs, man, for just keeping it real, keeping it 100 too, man, on everything they asked that brother. And I'm glad that he brought up the fact with Nashon Wright. When you that tall, 6'4", and then you got decent speed. On top of that, you redirect well, play boundary tech pretty good, and that quarterback normally look for that fade ball. That fade ball got to be right there. And the thing is, what I like about Nashon is his ability to sink his hips and then turn and then reach for the ball. That go a long way when you're playing DB. A long way. I just don't want to see him inside the slot. No. And I don't want him playing off ball as well. I want him to continue to play jam, close on the LOS, redirect, get your hands inside. You see what I'm saying? Get your hands inside and then redirect. Move them, slide them, push them where the leverage is at on the field. Yeah, play to his strength. Don't do the off-ball situation. And Parsons, Parsons is like the secret weapon, right? 4'3" guy, unbelievable speed. And when I was looking at some of the Buccaneers tape, and you'll see 45 flashes. 45 on the Buccaneers. Flashes, number 45, he's everywhere. And I just sit there and said, this is what Parsons is going to do for us, Instead of 45, it'd be 11 for us, Y'all can point out the name of the 45 on the Buccaneers if you want to. But he was just flashing everywhere. Just being that nuance out there, that fly at the barbecue, just sound like, God dog, get away. Or that gnat. You know those gnats that's in your face, you're trying to swap it and get out of your way. And then when you understand that Parson is faster than that kid, it's unreal, man. Hey, who on Madden used to create? Yeah, I knew somebody was going to put his name in the chat. Eshawn says his name is Devin White, 45. See, I remember numbers and last names pretty well, but that first name kind of slipped me. But, yeah, that Devin White. Hell, man, we're going to have our heads full week one. That's why I can't wait for it, man. I embrace the challenge, Yeah, and of course, Cowboy Nation, Lyell will be ready week one. Yeah, it's a minor setback, but set up for a good comeback for week one. They just want to make sure that they got those front five guys ready. But, man, oh, man, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a reactionary of if you guys see me watch some of the Buccaneers defense. I'm going to put it probably on the IG page. But that 45, that 45 is nasty over there. But R11 is faster. I said you can't really get any faster than that. And boom, lo and behold, you got somebody that's faster than that. Not saying that he's better or less than number 45 on the Buccaneers. But some of the things that you will see would be similar. Right, Cowboy Nation? Yeah, chat always open. Shout out to you, Juice. Appreciate you, Felix. Yeah. My Cowboys family, be sure to check out their YouTube page as well. Let's continue to grind and shine over there. My Cowboys family says one tech. Yeah. Then I got that Vita Vea kid. Oh, my goodness. He's a guy that penetrate, and it looks like he's doing nothing. Looks like he's not moving anything. He's like he's sus. Like he's horrible. You know? But what happened here around late second, third quarter, sometimes late third, that big boy leaning on you. Then all of a sudden, he get that one sack, or he get that one pressure, or he make his other guys eat, because now you're changing up your alignment, because you're sitting there saying, I need to have an extra body on me. I need to have an extra body to help. But those boys never get any of the shine. The Haloti Notties. You know, I couldn't get it out. Haloti Notties, yeah. Sam Adams, the Syracuse's, back in our days, Russell Maryland's, they didn't get no shine. Like you talk to most Cowboys fans, they say, hey, Charles Haley, Ken Norton, Russell Maryland, like what's up, man? Oh, I'm just chopped liver, you know. Get no love. Shout out to Jim Jeffcoat too, but they get no love, Cowboy Nation. Yeah. They don't get any love. So hopefully the flip around, or Big Brad, what was it, Maybane for the LOB, Big Maybane and McDaniels, they didn't get no love there, right? It was just everybody else on the Legion of Boom, LOB. But neither here nor there. Star Luatule. I think that's his name. Star Lutu. D-Shift. Panthers guy, right? He was on the Panthers when they made their run. I damaged people's name. I apologize, Cowboy Nation. But what we hope for, Cowboy Nation, what we hope for is we hope for Big Bo, Brent Urban, Justin Hamilton to do the same. Right? We hope for our guys to start leaning. Yeah. You know, start leaning on it. And then we see, like, oh, they done, man. We didn't get a sack all first quarter. We didn't get a sack none at all. No pressure. And that is okay. Because wait around to that third quarter. Whew. Hey, and number 75 for our team. That is another, God dog it, a gnat. That's 75, man. Just go back and watch the Arizona tape. That gnat, man. That gnat, man, at the barbecue, man. You got your plate. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to eat. That gnat just not doing a lot of damage. But man, eventually you say, man, let me get my butt up, man, get inside it. Eat this good old barbecue. Damn gnats everywhere. That is what Osa is bringing to the table. Because he's like a needle-nose plier. He shoots through there. Oh, Diggy, Osa, you know. He gets in there. And eventually that guard sitting there like, man, come on, man. And they doing it right. They rushing him on the outside shoulder out of the 3 tech. So that he's going through the B gap. He's not even fooling around with the A. So what eventually that's going to do is free up your edge guys. So Randy Gregory's or D-Law, we have yet to see him this year. Bradley and I just want Bradley and I to make this thing so bad, baby. Oh, my goodness, Bradley and I. That boy's covered with some heat. Yeah, but that you got to talk at that gnat. Boy, you trying to fan it away. Just get all in your face. And then you get mad when it start buzzing in your ear a little bit, right? Albert says got that mojo. Yeah. The refs don't like Randy. This is from TA Cowboy. Yeah. The refs don't like Randy. One of the games that you can take a look at was the game, and I believe it was in 2018. Back to back, they was trying to pick him apart. Said he lined up in the neutral zone because he's just that quick. Roughing the passer, hit after the play. We got to look forward to that. We got to play with that mindset, knowing that they don't give a dog about us, man. Yeah, and everything. And I hate to be this person that would say it that way, but everything you can just point. Shout out to you, Terrence Shorts. Appreciate you, man, for all the work you do over there on the Facebook. Appreciate you, fam. If you know they did it in a preseason game, a game that don't even mean anything, the refs were practicing in the preseason game. How can we hose the Cowboys? People that don't follow the Cowboys be like, here go the Cowboys. They whining and crying. Yeah. At a preseason game, taking stuff away from number 43, who fought. His parents fought like all the get out for him to get over the refugee. Great story. Defensive edge guy, 225 to 235 pounds. Got there. False start. Lucky the tape is there so that the guy can still get some recognition. And then in the last play, holding. Like, you didn't even have to do that to the kid. Call that holding call. You can see the man stretching out like Family Guy. Just stretching out, trying to stretch Armstrong because the man holding him so bad. And the way they practicing now, so the Cowboys we gotta beat the aficionados and we gotta beat the team that we play against. And I know people gonna say, here we go, the conspiracy talk. He was being held just like in that playoff game when we made it and we were playing against Green Bay. When we were playing against Green Bay in 2016, right? David Irvin, the same posture. I guess the aficionados just can't see it. See, everybody talk about the miracle catch that was on the sideline, but nobody talk about that holding that was never been called. And to me, sometimes I'm just looking at Mike McCarthy because he was coaching that team at the time, right? And I'm sitting like, yeah, you sucker. Now you see how it feels a little bit. I just hope Mike McCarthy is not one of those docile brothers who will sit there and say, I don't want to get fined. Shoot, they better been glad that I'm not a coach on the coaching staff. Jerry himself will have to fine me. At the presser, they'll stay away with the guy with the beard with the headband on. No, let's not interview him. Yeah. Because the aficionados be asking, how do you feel? Let me see if I got it right here. Hold on. Yeah. The aficionados be saying, let me blow him up. Let me see if I can blow him up. Hey, the aficionados be saying, well, Lord, how do you feel about such and such? Well, the referee blew the game. They missed this, they missed that, and they definitely didn't call that holding call on number 94. He was being held in the chokehold. They'd be like, oh, hey, wait a minute, I'm not ready. They'd have been dead. NFL would say, we're going to cut the commercial break. This guy's hot. He's ranting. He's ranting. Yeah. And I'll tell them, lean forward just a little bit. Yeah, aficionados. Come, lean forward right there. Get out of here with all that cheating. Yeah. And don't let me be like one of the people, that was in the staffing agency, like on the coaching staff. And then when they kind of came back and said, yeah, Dez Bryant caught the ball. You damn right he caught the ball. I was right 4 years ago. See, they have nobody. They have all these button-up people, man. Yeah, they have all these right here. They're putting the lipstick on a pig, basically. That's just what they have. Get out the way, pig. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Right? Yeah, I tell them lean forward just a little bit right there. Yeah. All right, so let me see how long I've been live. I've been live for a minute. That face, though. Y'all laughing at the aficionado's face? That's how they be looking, too. Like that's how they be looking. And you be like, yeah, dog, that was holding. When you give them a little lip back. Craziest thing of it all, I'm sitting here watching a guy land on Tony Romo, right? Landing on Tony Romo while he's already on the ground, shattering his collarbone. And I believe that it was either that same year or that next year, the very next year, Aaron Rodgers get hit by Anthony Barr in the same fashion. Now they make a rule. You can't land on the quarterback. I'm like, oh, you didn't make it when it happened to our quarterback, Tony Romo, but now all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers, Anthony Barr land on the golden boy, and now they want to make all type of rulings that you can't touch them, you can't look at them too long. It's crazy. I'll be like, get out of here with that crap, Oh, man. The aficionados, man. I can't stand them. And I'll probably be the only one that don't even rejoice when it happens good in our favor, when it happens good our way. Because I sit there and say, they give us one play, there's going to be 3 more plays back to back. 3 more plays back to back that we going to get hosed off of just because of that one. So, no, let's just keep it up the middle. That's why when we looked at, everybody thought that D-Law was lying. Like, he was like, man, I'm being held on every play. They didn't call a holding call on the Dallas Cowboys. Well, the opposing team. I think it was like a record for 19 to 20 games straight. And don't you guys know, just like basketball, there's a thing called touch foul. You can call touch foul on every play. You literally can call holding on every play. But for the Cowboys to go 19 to 20 games straight without a holding call, I mean, shout out to D-Ware, though. I mean, D-Law, I meant to say. But it was just crazy, man. People say, nah, Law, But I really commended D-Law for saying that. He shouldn't have said it, but he said it, and I loved it. Yeah.
Seemed to be impressed by what they see. Take a listen.
That's an easy guy to throw a go ball to.
You're talking about?
There it is! Yes, sir! See, he just walks underneath him.
It don't surprise me a little bit just because, I can go in with the mindset that it's supposed to happen.
Oh, my God,
I mean, CeeDee continues to make play after play, catch after catch, that a jaw-dropping guy. Looks like another 88. 88 is real legacy here.
We're going to talk about Amari Cooper and as well as CeeDee Lamb. These 2 wide receivers. And we're going to talk about Gallup to the 3. Primarily CeeDee Lamb, by the way, though. The growth aspect from 1 year to the another, 1 year of getting to the next level is everything. Everything. And I believe, there was a little excerpt of them talking about CeeDee Lamb. It's one thing to look at a player and say, okay, during the offseason they gained a little weight. This kid put on muscles. Normally you see okay, you put on some muscles, you may be a little slower, a tick slower. But now he put on muscles. It seems as though he's a little faster. It seems as though he's built for this moment. We admire CeeDee Lamb for what he's able to do with the circus catches and just being consistent. But the kid, the brother, number 88, CeeDee Lamb, have yet to just play with a consistent quarterback for year in and year out. Every single year, this guy get a whole new quarterback. Even from, I heard the storyline, it started all the way in high school. From high school to college. He just can't keep up with a quarterback, or a quarterback just can't stay with him for a long period of time. So what I'm hoping is that for the 2021 season, knocking on some good old wood over here, is that Dak Prescott, if he can just be who he is, healthy for the entire year with CeeDee Lamb, that thing can be amazing. And the reason why I'm saying Amari Cooper with CeeDee Lamb, because now we putting that pressure on the opposition. That number one cornerback, where he's going to go to. That roll coverage when they try to disguise it, when Amari Cooper roll into the slot. They still yell, roll coverage. They're still going to roll to Amari Cooper's side. So now they got to pick their poison. If we're going to go by death of 1,000 cuts over here with Amari Cooper, or we just going to get shot up and get blown up by a grenade over there with Lamb. This thing finna be crazy. Let me listen to what they have to say on Undisputed Cowboys.
Making it look easy. And I know, Skip, you've been big on CeeDee's future as a star on the Cowboys and in the NFL. So, Shannon, is this the year that Lamb replaces Amari Cooper as the Cowboys' #1 receiver?
No, I don't know what Tavon Diggs is thinking. A guy does that much pausing, freezing, rushing. Shut that down. Do they try that on Darrelle Revis? Try that on Ram.
Revis is retired.
Yeah. That's it. Skip, look. It's easy for CeeDee Lamb, and I'm not saying CeeDee's not a good receiver. He's a very good receiver, very talented. But it's easy to do this with Amari out. And he's stepping up, showing that if Amari does miss some time during the season, guys, you can count on me. And that's what you like to see, Skip. You like to see the progression between from his freshman season, which is his rookie year, to his sophomore season. That takes that next step. But it's going to be interesting to see, once Amari is back up to full speed, how this thing shakes out. Skip, last year the targets, Amari had 130, CeeDee Lamb had 111, Michael Gallup had 105. It's hard for me to see a scenario. Amari Cooper makes $20 million a year, and then he's your #2 receiver. I believe we're still a year away from CeeDee really, really challenging Amari for that #1 receiver slot. Now, that's not to say that he's not going to put his best foot forward, and Amari's going to have to put his best foot forward to hold him off, because this kid is coming. He's coming. He believes that, and he takes pride. He was talking about that 88 and the people that's worn that 88, from Drew Pearson to Michael Irvin to Dez Bryant, and he says, I want all that responsibility that comes along with that and more. So for me, I love what I'm seeing. I love his confidence. But Amari, Skip, Amari he went over 1,100 yards. And like you said, he just needs to put some games together back to back. For whatever reason, down the stretch, he starts tapering off really bad at the tail end of the season, Skip. Like, he almost disappears. That can't happen this year.
Cannot.
All right. My review of all of this. I love it because it forces Shay Sharp to say I love it. Here's the situation. Hear me out. It's a unique and wonderful problem to have. Don't look at the $20 million and say, okay, now we need to usher out Amari Cooper because of the $20 million. Keep in mind, pay attention. It's supposed to have been 24, 23 million, around that number. He took 20 because he wanted to play continuously with the Cowboys. You know, Washington was offering that kid 23, 24 million. So what I'm saying is that I think that Amari Cooper still, at the end of the day, want to retire with the Dallas Cowboys. I think that he loves this organization. He loves this area. And a lot of people talk about, I'll take a pay cut, I'll take a pay this, I'll take a pay that, and nobody does it, right? Nobody. Outside of Sean Lee at the latter part of his career, he's like, I won't even play in the 16th week because I know that bonus will be there. But beyond that time, he was like, give me the money, give me the coins, the remuneration. Also with that, this is a unique, wonderful problem to have because we talk about, hey, it's not enough balls to go around, right? That's okay. Because when we set up the run to set up the pass, there'll be plenty of opportunities. We just need for Lamb and Gallup, those two, to take advantages when the ball is not going to the number one target. So I love it. It's a unique problem to have. I believe we was on one of the shows with the fellas, and I was saying, what year did they had Anquan Bolden and Larry Fitzgerald? What year was that? Y'all remember that? Like it was two number ones basically. And one can argue just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit, that the year that the Minnesota Vikings had Randy Moss as well as Chris Carter, people fail to realize Chris Carter was number 2 to nobody, right? It's just that, man, Randy Moss was just superb, excellent. They just didn't have any quarterback, by the way.
And so I'm going to say he's another year away before he actually takes the mantle and says, you know what, Amari? It's your boy team now.
Got it. So I'm going to remind you that early in CeeDee Lamb's final year at the University of Oklahoma, in which he was catching passes from Kyler Murray as really the only number one.
Stop doing that.
No, seriously, it was CD or bust that year. You made the mistake of uttering at the end of a show, Jerry Jeudy, the best receiver in college football. And I immediately corrected you. We were running out of time for the show. I said, no, CeeDee Lamb is the best receiver in college football.
You're going to see this year.
And he led the nation in yards per reception that year at the University of Oklahoma. So then we get to draft night. And in a shock of shocks, CeeDee Lamb falls into our laps all the way down at number 17. And I told you going in, he is the best receiver in this draft. You said it was Jerry Jeudy. But the Raiders, then the Las Vegas Raiders, shocked me because they took Ruggs all the way up at number 12. Okay, so it goes Ruggs 12, then your Denver Broncos took Jeudy at 15, and all of a sudden I'm looking up saying, are you kidding me? CeeDee Lamb could be a Dallas Cowboy. I said, you got to do it, Jerry. Do it, Jerry. Do it. And he did it.
He did it.
Didn't need him, but he's just too good to pass up because.
Yeah, when you have a guy like CeeDee Lamb, you couldn't pass him up. And I think only 2 people that I know predicted Lamb dropping all the way to the 17th, and that was Big Game James and Voch Lombardi. They both was like banging the table, Lamb, 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 Lamb. And Big Game James actually did a mock draft, and he selected Lamb to be in that slot there. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. Jerry Jeudy is something bad too, though. Jerry Jeudy is nice. Jerry Jeudy is nice before the catch. Let me repeat. He's nice before the catch. His routes are Chad Johnson-esque, but faster. Feet nasty with it. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't get a chance to see Jerry Jeudy, but I believe it's an Instagram page called Wide Receiver Factory, And I'm going to post it somewhere maybe after the video. And, baby, I'm telling you, that Judy, that brother there, boy, feet. Let me get Jerry up there. Jerry, what you doing up there, man? I didn't know you was there. Get back, Jerry. Get back there. Put some salt on that McGriddle. Yeah. I mean, come on. Y'all seen some Judy stuff, man. But that's before the catch, you know. Lamb can give you some spices of that, yeah, you know, and then he catch it, and then he give you some more, por favor, right? Judy, he give you that so nice with his release, man, and at the top, he's so nice with it. But then he catches the ball, he don't do that extra stuff that Lamb do, right? Right. So yeah. so we're gonna shoot down all of the haters on it. Oh, Jay Lombardi said he wants some. I got you, Jay Lombardi. I got you over here. Here we go.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah. yeah.
He's going to change your life at some point. And the next day on the show, I predicted he would sooner than later, be the #1 receiver above Amari and Michael Gallup, both very accomplished, very good receivers in and of themselves.
Right.
He will be the #1 receiver. He had a little bit of a rocky rookie year because he lost Dak in game number 5, and then it was Andy Dalton for a little while, and then it was BAD for a little while, and then it was Garrett Gilbert, and then it was back to Andy Dalton.
Thanks.
It was kind of a mess.
Right.
But Amari lost me a little bit down the stretch of 2019 because starting with that game at Jets, that game you're up in Denver rooting your guts out, you lost your voice. You were screaming so hard for the Jets to upset the Cowboys. While you're in Denver, you lost your voice for the show the next day, right?
Yeah.
And that was the first game in which Amari caught one ball early and rolled out of bounds and said, I don't think I can go. I'm out. Are you kidding me?
He was hurt that day, man.
He took himself out of the game at New England. Gilmore.
I hate when they do that.
Right? He said, I can't do this anymore.
Man, it was a monsoon that game, man. It was a monsoon. Like when we played against the Patriots, it was literally a monsoon, a wet field. And what take away all of that was the fact that even Gilmore said, hey, they only ran 3 plays, and his releases, I already knew all 3 of those releases because where he ran at the stick of his routes, I knew exactly what he was going to do. And it was a monsoon. Come on, man. That playbook was so doggone vanilla. I hate when people go back to that Patriots game. On top of that, by the way, Cowboy Nation, they call what did they call a pass interference, PI, a tripping call, but nobody tripped. You know, they did a lot of stuff to make sure that things was in their favor. You know what I'm saying? And call me crazy. But they also said, man, those tripping calls were kind of bad. It was bogus calls, by the way. I digress. Hold on. I can't wait to play the Patriots again this year, even though Tom Brady is not on the Patriots. I just still can't wait to play them. Yeah, Phantom, Jay Lombardi. And it was way after the Ezekiel Elliott. He was struggling that year, but at the moment he broke one for a big play, and we were sitting there like, yeah. Then we look back, and they did the you guys remember that Buffalo Wild Wing commercial when you press the button, and then stuff pop out of the sprinklers pop up, or, you know, the aficionado throw the flag. That's what they did. They pressed that button. Yeah. And then they said,
that was easy.
That's exactly what they did.
Stand over here and watch.
Right.
And then Jason Garrett pulled him from the game at Philadelphia. The money pushed to the table in the middle of the table
and
game.
Put the tight end
all
in the run routes.
He did. He put the tight end. He put Tavon Austin in. Remember that?
Tavon ran to go. And your guy overthrew Tavon.
He missed him. He did. He missed him. And Dak's betting on himself.
Just making sure you are.
I'll never forget those plays. And I'll never forget that Amari Cooper got benched in the fourth quarter of the all-or-nothing game at Philadelphia for the division title.
Yep.
You got benched. Well, it's just hard for me to buy back in. And he's coming off ankle surgery, and they say he's going to be 100%. Listen, this young man is explosive. And do we have the Jerry Jones talking to Michael Irvin? I don't think I'm not sure we had that. But the point is, Jerry's just raving about him, saying basically we've got to get the ball in his hands.
Right.
He's put on some muscle weight. He's playing stronger. He's playing faster.
Yeah.
And then we get to the money line of Hard Knocks like last night.
Let me stop Skip one time. Let me stop him one time for the one time and tell him to and take both of those licks. If we beat the Eagles, we won't be having CeeDee Lamb, right? If we beat the Eagles, we would be picking like at 23rd or 24th for crying out loud. CeeDee Lamb would be on the Eagles, I believe. We beat the Eagles that game. And, of course, we probably still – would we made it to the playoff? We wouldn't have been 8-8, wouldn't we? We would have won – would have been north of 8-8 if we beat the Eagles that game. Let me know. Would you guys rather for us to beat the Eagles that game and not have CeeDee Lamb? I'm just asking for a friend.
For me, was the Dak line that we just heard. You could hear it under the video. Dak is watching him catch another go ball, and Dak says, that's an easy guy to throw a go ball to. See, he just walks underneath them. It doesn't even look like he's running fast, but he's moving, and he just easily just drifts under go balls.
Get out your back pedal. Come on, Trevon Diggs. What you doing, bro?
All right.
Skip, he got to get out his back pedal. At some point in time, you got to open up and run.
And then thanks to some practice angle footage, we got to see, as USA Today put it, some new jaw-dropping angles of some of those catches he's making, albeit
that wasn't a touchdown. The one-handed catch wasn't a touchdown.
Okay, but was it a one-handed catch?
Yeah.
Yes.
It didn't count, though.
Was it a really good catch? Did he make one of the catches of the year, remember, at Justin Jefferson? Obviously, Jefferson went later in the draft. But remember the CD catch up there when they upset them?
Both of those guys, Judy and CeeDee Lamb, got to catch up to Justin Jefferson.
Okay, I got that. And by the way, Justin Jefferson went all the way down to 22 because Rager went to the Eagles, and I immediately on Twitter said that's a bad idea.
He played out of his mind. I'm watching footage of him in the Eagles
Rager?
camp.
Well, I think he's not playing.
No, he's playing in practice, Skip. He's been lighting up the Patriots.
Okay, so
you talking about practice.
He went 21, Jefferson went 22, and then Ayuk went to San Francisco at 25, who's a very good player.
Yes,
I
Ayuk
give you
is
that.
pretty good, yeah.
CD will end up being the best of this bunch, and it's a
facts,
good bunch.
Skip. You finally said some
facts.
facts.
I'm not dismissing Ruggs or Judy because they've had their moments, and I'm sure Judy will continue to have. It would help him to have Aaron Rodgers, but that's not going to happen.
It won't happen this year, but it's going to happen.
You think it's going to happen?
Eventually.
No, it not.
CeeDee Lamb is about to happen right in your face.
So he's going to take over the number one slot this year, not next year, this year.
And by the way, speaking of slot, you realize they have now moved him officially out of the slot where he had to pay his rookie dues. The slot. There's nothing wrong with the slot, but
I believe
he is a wide receiver.
Skip, I believe he'll be back in the slot once Amari comes back because Amari player. But they rotate. You move him around. Skip, you try to find.
Well, people get the misconception of where Amari Cooper play. He don't line up primarily in the slot. They motion him into the slot. It's different. And Shay Sharp, you should know that. Come on now. Come on, man. But the way in the design of this offense is still the Scott Linehan's offense, the same offense that you've seen when Scott Linehan had his fingers on the Minnesota Vikings, and the same offense that you saw a little bit after the Vikings when he went to the Rams. This is a stretch vertical offense. This is not West Coast, by the way. This is far beyond thinking of saying, okay, this is West Coast offense, because you have more drags, you have more shallows, you have more crosser routes and these sorts of things, and ball quick out. This is a vertical style offense. Let me know if I'm wrong, Cowboy Nation. But primarily the ex-receiver being Michael Gallup. Normally, they're showcased as the primary target, but, Amari Cooper is so nuanced with his route running and his route ability. They're not going to send him on deep fades or nine routes or what have you, or bang eights. They're just going to make sure that they give him the ball on some, we're going to motion you inside, see the mismatch, and we get it to you there. Now, by Lamb this year, pretty much then took Michael Gallup's position, and Michael Gallup is this guy, okay, now he's just a placeholder. They'll put him where they want him at. now they look at it like this. I believe the reason why they're going to move Lamb onto the outside is to have the predications of where the defense will line up at. Now the defense will be more of like, oh shoot, now you got Lamb out there. Now it's hard for us to narrow in what they're trying to do, because you can always roll coverage on Amari Cooper's side, and then when you're playing into the slot, you can always bracket it. Normally, you got 11 versus 11. You don't have everybody, mama, uncle, cousin that's going to play dropping coverage. And 9 times out of 10, primarily when you're playing against the Dallas Cowboys, what you normally do is you load the box. Shout out to you, Kevin. Thank you for the donation of the Cash App. Normally you load the box and you sit there and say, okay, beat me on the outside. Hello. Beat me on the outside. Guess what we're going to do now? Lamb, you on the outside. You going to catch the 50-50, or you're going to demand somebody to really shade or roll coverage your way. We're going to get you up out of that single high safety look one way or another. Force me to throw it on the outside, then we'll take advantages of all of that. You can book it. I guarantee you, when you see week 1, if you see that single high safety look, I don't care who the edge guys, I don't care who the cornerbacks for the Buccaneers. They're gonna be like the first play, they're gonna be like, all right, coach, we're gonna need some cover 2 or something. We're gonna need some extra help on the outside if the boys up front is not able to get pressure. But we'll find out. I just can't wait to see how all of this stuff works out. Some of those looks that I'm talking about, Cowboy Nation, they were available for Garrett Gilbert. They were available for Cooper Rush. And you guys heard me yell it out when we was doing the play-by-play. You got the single high safety look. Take advantages of the boys on the outside.
The weak link. If I got a weak link and you're in the slot, I'm going to put one of my best receivers on him and let's go to work.
And there's one other thing that CeeDee Lamb can do that was not exploited last year. He can return punts. I don't know if they're going to risk it. I don't know. But he can do it. Maybe on occasion, maybe if you need a spark. Right. Maybe if you need some voltage.
Because you remember that Deshaun Jackson used to do that. But Tyreek Hill used to do that. But he's too valuable as a receiver, Skip, to have him get nicked on a punt return.
Well, they talking about that. That's only if, in case you're down by a couple of points, then you want to utilize that. But here's the thing. I'm glad my guy over here, Mike Meticulous Detail Podcast, said, yeah, too high safety look. That's what we want. Because we want to lighten that box so that number 21 can eat, so that number 20 can eat. Yeah, that's what we want. We want to get that extra safety up out of there. We want him on top of the roof. We want 2 safeties deep. Yeah, and that's when we can go back to our power runs. We can run. Hey, sub, put number 46 in. Go hit somebody. Might get a yard in a cloud of dust, but that's okay. They're going to get up out of that look. Just keep playing it that way. Get them up out of it. And then when you're 2 safety high, look, cover 2, what's the weakness of a cover 2? Hook and vertical seam routes basically. So that's when you can utilize Jarwin. And I'm not even an offensive coordinator. I'm more of the defensive side. But if you're 2 safety split, your linebackers better know how to trail and chase. Trail and chase. I can't talk today. I'm saying it. Look, vert. That's what exactly worked against the Saints that year, but we didn't even go back to it. And that was the only, I believe, close to a touchdown that Blake Jarwin caught against the Saints. But they hosed us in that game too. And I'm not going to get into details of 2 offensive pass interference as well as a fumble, no fumble. Yep, middle of the field. Simple but yet complex. Football is still the same. Nothing new under the sun. But Kellen Moore, he going to have to get creative and do that because we still a vertical spread offense, basically. The difference between Scott Linehan and Kellen Moore's system is that Kellen Moore do a lot of motions before the snap. That's the differences there. And maybe you can pick up some pre-reads and see, okay, who's trailing, who's following. Okay. Now this man-to-man, I'm seeing him following. We got some presets that we can get up out of it with.
turn.
No, I got it, but I think occasionally you're going to see.
Well, yeah, if you need to spark, you know what, Skip? We got them backed up. We down 3 points.
Yeah.
I'll put it back at the 50-yard line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that in a situation like that. But it's going to be a rare occasion. It's going to be a very special moment that requires that.
Okay. CeeDee Lamb, sophomore star. Here we go.
So what's Amari going to do? What's Amari going to be?
Amari going to do Amari things, baby. Y'all don't need to question what Amari Cooper is going to do. BD Gray, Semi Fihoku, he's going to be... He's going to make the 53, but he won't make the 46. You know, that's Semi Fihoku. If I can make any sense. He'll make the 53 unless he do some crazy things as it relates to special teams. He won't make the 46. The 46 is the active day game roster. If they do 46, or they may do 47. They may do 47. Yeah, so that's Amari Cooper is going to do Amari Cooper stuff, man. And I just hope and I pray that they sit there and say, okay, we're going to slide the number 1 DB or the number 1 corner on CeeDee Lamb. And we heard the statement from 105.3 The Fan, how they started it off. This is how they started off right here. How they started off.
Opportunity to talk to Amari Cooper. And one of the things that he told us was he makes his own internal mental list of people that he kind of wants to embarrass when he gets out there on the field.
Did y'all hear what he just said, what Amari Cooper brings to the table? Show of hands if somebody believed that Xavier Howard is somebody to sneeze at, right? He embarrassed that kid. Come on, man. Darius Slay, y'all know he played for the Eagles, and when he played for the Lions, Amari Cooper got him one or 2 times, and that's a good DB. Gilmore got him. He knew his releases, and it was the monsoon. Y'all know I'm team defense all day, even though that's another team. Gilmore got him. I ain't going to sit here and say otherwise. But that's what Amari Cooper is hoping. Y'all see the names. Y'all hear the names that I'm talking about. Substance. Those are starter number 1 DBs. What do you think that he's going to do to the number 2 and 3 DB? I digress. Cowboy Nation, if you enjoyed this show, man, be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend, neighbor, foe know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk, right? My name is Law Nation. We talk Cowboys football and beyond. I really appreciate each and every last one of you all for tuning in. Let's continue. It's still early in the day. I might do something else later on. So stay tuned. Join those notifications. And let's go. Let's continue to share this thing too, Cowboy Nation. It's a wonderful episode today, right? It was wonderful. Appreciate everybody. Thank those who subscribe. Thank those who share. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Tomorrow is practice at the Star in Frisco. If you're in the area, come on down. Practice is free at the facility. Let's meet up, man. Let's hang around. Let's have a good time. Yeah, let's do that tomorrow. I tell people all the time, a prize fighter, even when he's down, he continued to fight. He continued to swing those blows. It's all about the mental mindset of it as well, Cowboy Nation. But we got to stay focused. We got to stay true to who we are. Now the 4-letter network, they're going to do their job. That's just how this thing rock. That's how this thing roll. Right? Tell me not and mourn for numbers. Life is but an empty dream, for a soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real and life is earnest, and the grave is not his goal. Dust thy art to dust returneth was not even spoken of the soul. And his blind feel the battles and bivouacs of chance. Be not like a dumb-driven cattle, but be a hero in the strife. Lives of great men all remind us we can live our lives sublime and departing leave behind us footprints on the mighty sands of time. Go. Yeah. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Go.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? This is Sparta!
Let's go, baby.
I want me some glory hole.
Let's go, Jerry. You can get that. Come on, let's go. Yeah, Todd said he hyped now. I'm hyped, yeah. Come on. Let's go. Y'all smash that like button. Come on, smash that like button. That's what we doing. Yeah. Come on.
I want me some glory hole.
Come on. Albert, practice is at 10 o'clock. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Let's go. Appreciate you, John. Appreciate you for the cash app. Appreciate you, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Like I said, practice is at 10 o'clock. That's AM, not at night. Please don't come up there at night. But the Star in Frisco is open, baby. It's open, even at night. The football field there, I say.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like
shout out to your Mike Meticulous Detail Podcast. Come on. Shout out to you, Lombardi. Let's go. Coach Marv P. We love you. Let's go.
Producer saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up. Talk of the town where you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things with your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet.
Shout out to you, Pose.
Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama
Jonah
telling me
Hill.
your
Let's go.
blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's
Anthony, let's go.
Freeze, photo, please, no photos. No, G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid on pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low.
Make sure you drink your water.
We might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs and touching me some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the
come on, stud wood cowboy, let's go.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on bling and she freeze. I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I was waiting for the wins.
Let's go.
I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
If you have not subscribed to this channel by now,
it's on me, or you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just
come on now.
It's on me, or you matter what.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you're here?
If
you have not subscribed to the Nation so far,
do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I'm a cop a farm and go act up. Scars, I was
shout out to you, Albert.
Now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month. I don't rap much.
Come on.
I just take the money and go
Turn me
stack
up.
up. Only buying car cards to get tatted up. All the other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb.
Snoop, where you at, Snoop Dogg?
Never fall. I done doubled
Let's go.
up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll.
Hey.
Way up, get money, then we lay low.
If you don't like the Nation, if you definitely not a Cowboy fan, let's go. Shout out to you from MA. What's good, Joe? Go. Oh, all of the mods, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been holding it down, man. Rue Glock, if I ever become a multi-millionaire, man, Rue Glock, I got you on a couple of Glocks and a couple of other things, too. Let's go.
Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. I get up, no matter what. Told you I'ma
Appreciate
do me,
you.
why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Oh, y'all know we finna slow it down, though. Appreciate y'all for jumping in. Shout out to, this is the Paper Crane, Revo Day. Come on. Hey, be safe. Shout out to the lady, Sadiqua. Appreciate you, DJ. 100 grand in the house. Let's go. Yeah, come on. Pete, appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to the 601s, Silk City, Natchez, Mississippi. Let's roll.
Take a drink of my
Come on.
cigarette. Breathe me out, breathe you in.
Drink your water and do your push-ups.
Take a bite of my burger, babe.
Let the world spin.
Bite for you, for you. Ooh. Don't let the street lights lead you all alone. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street
East 1990. Salute. And Danny G. Let's go.
play it too. I'll follow.
Always a lady.
Wherever you go,
Much love to you.
whatever you do, play it too.
Montana 808. We ride for law. Shout out to you, Group Lock.
7 years of perfect love. 7 more and another one.
And another one.
And another one. Fighting you was the one to love.
Ivan Sanchez. Let's go. All is good. Canteen Sports Show. Y'all check them out.
Don't let the street lights lead you all alone.
Shout out to you, James, for sharing. Quick.
To go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you.
Angie, we love you. Shout out to you on the Facebook. And Susan.
I'll follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do.
And Mazzello, appreciate your team. Lead foot 97. Let's go. Mar P is coach from the 803.
Then forever doesn't feel that far.
No, I don't feel that far.
So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Jim Law.
So far,
Salute.
so far. If a paper crane can fly, fly on, fly on,
And
fly
remember,
on, fly on, fly on.
you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
You have to be your biggest fan. And when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet. don't know who you're gonna meet. Have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and they're really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who you're gonna meet.
Until next time, DC for life. Salute.
I want me some glory hole.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
This is Sparta!